Okay, the first video was getting long, so this is part 2, and I just want to go over the quiz a little bit, talk through some of the problems. I'm not going to give you the answers, but I need you, if you missed more than one question, so if you had less than a 12, then you need to retake the quiz. And so far, there's only one student in that situation. So let's talk through the problems really fast. So this one is telling us that the class is a rectangle. So we know rectangle is base times height. So that's a pretty easy one. Actually, most of you got that one correct. Question 2, area of the square. So remember squares, all the sides are the same. This is not finding the perimeter. I had lots of people put 400. You added 4 sides. If this side is 100, that means that this side is 100. Base times height, length times width. Question 3. A rectangular poster has an area of 30 square feet. So now you have the area, and now you have one side, 5 feet. So if I find area by going length times width, and I already have the base, which base times height is the same as length times width, 5 times what would give me the 30? Okay, question 4. A rectangular banner measures 2 by 7, so find its area. How much do you need for 4 banners? So once you find the area of 1, you need to then find the area of 4. Question 5. A rectangular garden, but these are the dimensions of the garden. They want to know the area of just the watermelon parts. They're divided in half. So basically, this is asking you for finding the area of a triangle. Remember, triangles and trapezoids, you divide in half. Question 6. Again, right triangles. So if you watched my other video, you know that sometimes they are slanty. So you need to look for the two that are perpendicular to each other. This little box right here is a good signal of what the two perpendicular ones are. So here's the base, here's the height. And remember, it's divided by 2 once you multiply. Question 7, another right triangle. So this one is the same triangle as before with new numbers. Base, height, divide by 2 after you multiply. Question 8, area of parallelogram. Okay, base times height. That one's pretty easy. Just make sure your math is correct. Question 9, area of right triangle. Look at this one turned upside down. However, we don't have any other sides labeled, so that makes it really easy. Base times height divided by 2. Trapezoids, triangles, divide by 2, the 2 TRs. Question 10. Okay, this is an easy one as far as knowing where the base and the height are. The tricky thing is your math. Okay, so you need to be really careful because not only do you have to multiply 22.38 times 14, so that's a pretty big multiplication problem, you then need to divide it in half. Question 11, area of the trapezoid. So this is a tricky one because we have a piece missing. So we have to do a little figuring, but look at this. This side is labeled 3. That means this side would also be 3. Now here's the thing I would have told you over and over again if we were in class. In geometry, you need to just go by how the numbers are on a shape. Because look at this. This 3 and this 3 are not the same size. A lot of times things are not labeled to scale. So don't let that fool you. I know that can be confusing sometimes. So if this is 3, this part down here is also 3. So to find this entire base, I have to go 3, 3, 4, add all that up. Then I'll have this length, add it to this length, because remember we add the 2 bases, times it by the height line, divide in half because it's a trapezoid. Okay, question 12. Find the area of the polygon. Okay, so this one, we need to find the area of the rectangle. Super easy. Base times height. Then we need to find the area of the triangle. The tricky part here is I don't know what this is, but I can figure that out. If this entire thing is 26, and this part is 6, and this part is 6, so 6 plus 6 is 12. Now subtract that from 26, and what you have left is here. Now again, this is not to scale because what number you're going to get for right here is bigger than the 6's, which I know is confusing. I try to make my shapes a little bit more realistic, but this is a district quiz. So 6 plus 6, take that away from the 26 to get this little missing part. Remember the triangle, base times height divided by 2, then you add the two pieces together. And the last one, question 13. So this one, you need to find the shaded region. So this little triangle has been taken out of the shaded region. So find the rectangle, find the triangle, base times height divided by 2, subtract out the triangle from what you found when you found the rectangle. Okay, so that is the quiz. Let's get much better scores. Give it another try. If you have any specific questions, send me an email.